Oh, here you are, face to face in this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places, makes me laugh.
Hi babes! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hindi ka nang masaksak ang sarili ko. Happy Monday morning. Happy rainy Monday morning actually. I'm just making Alex's, what do you call this? Broth for the day. It is a very, very depressing weather. Ano siya? Bed weather, ika nga. Ay, nakakalungkot. Winter is here, guys. Winter is definitely here. But you know what? I honestly think na mas malamig talaga last year. It was a lot colder last year compared to this year. Yesterday, the temperature, Sunday, was like 24 degrees here in Naples. And me and Alex went for a walk in the afternoon because it's super, super init talaga. And I was like wearing my jacket. And while I was walking, I started to sweat. Unusual that you would see in November. I don't know if it's the same sa north. I honestly do not like winter time. Anyways, I'm doing his what do you call this, pumpkin or zuka. But to be honest, I do like winter a lot better than summer. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I feel like I like it more because winter, I guess you can, you know, cuddle, you can keep yourself warm by putting on layers, putting on nice, cute outfits. But then summertime, alam mo yun, parang hindi mo mapigilang magpawis or mapawis or mainitan, ganun. But in terms of the sunshine and everything looking so lively, summer is a lot better in terms of that. Pero I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, today is the 8th of November. Today is my eldest daughter's birthday. She turns a big whopping 15 years old. I cannot believe I have a 15-year-old. I know I mentioned 14-year-old the other day, but I was kind of not in my right state of mind. But yes, she turns 15 years old today. 15 years ago, I gave birth to my very first baby. Can you guys believe that? Me, I can't believe it. It's like 15 years has already gone by, and I just feel that it's just flying like crazy. It's just flying away. Meron na akong dalaga. We were planning to record a podcast hopefully this week, but I don't know. We were supposed to record it on Friday, but I was not ready on Friday, so I have no idea when we will be able to record it because we've just been very, I don't know, he's just been very busy with things, Marco. He's just been very busy with things, and you know, of course, obviously, hindi natin ipa-prioritize yung podcast because work is more important. Or can't consider YouTube like. Wait a minute. Let me just wash this real quick, and I'll chica you guys later. All right, so there we go. I've just put the, what do you call this, the broth on the pot, and that should be ready in a few, I don't know when, but yeah, in a few minutes. Okay na yan. I'm just trying to get a battery because you guys are going to be low bat anytime soon. Anyways, napaka-gloomy ng weather today. Nakakalungkot tingnan. Ay, naku, ano pinagsasabi ko. What was I saying before I turned you guys off? Yun nga, so yeah, it's not really a priority. Well, for me, it's a priority. Syempre, podcast ko yan. Priority namin is really, you know, Marco's work, and since we're not really earning yet so much from YouTube, he has to prioritize his work, obviously. So, ayun nga, kaya kami wala masyadong podcast lately because he's been very busy. I think he's launching some new courses. So, speaking of work, a lot of people have actually asked me, a lot of Filipinas have actually asked me, how is it in terms of looking for work there in Italy? Is it hard to find a work here? And such, and maybe you are planning to come here to Italy and you guys want to know how it is. In terms of work, for me, especially in the town that I live in, I think it's difficult to find work around here because first, no one really speaks in English, and if you have to find, if you want to find work, you would need to really learn Italian, even just the basics, I guess. I've never really tried searching for work here, not because I don't want to. For me, I just feel that online work is a lot better than having to go out and, you know, you guys get what I mean. And this is just a small town. I mean, so what can I do around here? I mean, I can sell fruits, I can be a cashier at a fruit place. As far as I know, it doesn't really pay a lot, although it's still money, you know, money is money, but it still doesn't pay a lot if you compare it to like working online. I guess that is the first thing. You would really need to learn Italian. I know it's a lot different up north. If you know Italian, if you're fluent in Italian, if you know the basics of Italian, then great. You can definitely find work up north. I know a lot of Filipinos who work up north, and yeah, learning Italian is definitely a plus for you. You would have no trouble with that. But if you live in a small town like this, you would really need to learn Italian. Now, the reason why like I said, why I don't search for work outside of the house is because one, I have Alex, and two, I can always find work online, which I'm actually currently doing. I am going through Upwork and I'm wanting to, work again. I did work, okay, let me just go back. The first work that I ever had when I came here to Italy was a online English teacher. Yeah, online English teacher. It was a company called 51 Talk, but they paid me in pesos. So if you earn pesos and you live in Europe, it's not really a big amount. So I would earn, I think, 7,000 pesos in 2 weeks, which is like nothing compared to how much you can earn on Upwork. And 7,000 to talk 8 hours straight, like 8 hours straight in a day is just not worth it at all. And I'm not bashing, hindi ko sinisiraan yung 51 Talk, but it's really, really difficult. I did it for I don't know how many months, but I was like, wow, this is the hardest job I've ever had. Like, you really have to talk, you really have to have the energy, because you're teaching, you're teaching English to Chinese kids, you're teaching English to kids, to little kids who, sometimes doesn't want to listen to you, and you have to keep them entertained. You always have to like, hi, you have to have that energy. And what if you're not energetic? There are days when you don't feel like you don't want to be energetic. So that's the hard thing about it. And I remember the days when I did it, 8 hours straight of talking, my throat was like literally swollen. Like at the end of the day, I would be like to Mark, please don't talk to me. I do not want to talk for the rest of the day, because it was really a drag. It was just horrible. I didn't like it. It was an experience. Yeah, okay, great. I have a teaching experience. I actually do have as well a teaching online certificate, TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. I took that course through ITTT. I did courses and I actually got a certificate from it. So I can teach in schools, I think, because I have a certificate, or I can teach online. It's just not me. I just don't feel like it, You really have to like what you do. So that's that. At least I have a certificate, and at least I have, an experience of teaching. Sometimes you just do things for experience. And then besides that, so that was like my first ever work. And then besides that, I was also tutoring 2 Italian kids. One of them was, I think, Marco's cousins, so Marco's nephew or niece, and another one is from like a family friend. So I think I was earning 15 euros for that. Wait, you guys are low bit. Let me just change you. All right, there we go. Nice and fresh. Nice and recharged. Ayan. So as I was saying, I was earning 15 euros from that tutoring the Italian kids, but it depends, it just depends on you. My first job here, I guess, was really related to teaching online. I got a certificate, and then also I was teaching Italian kids. And after that, as I was working with 51 Talk, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna check online, Upwork. I didn't have Upwork back then. And so I decided to sign up on Upwork, and I started searching. I'm like, wow, there are actually a lot of jobs available here. So if you guys don't have Upwork and you're living in Italy, they have so many jobs. You can do part-time, you can do full-time. But of course, you have to be careful as well, because there are a lot of scammers on Upwork as well. So you have to be careful. I was searching, and then I finally found a company called, what was the company? Mirror. So I was a content strategist. So it's like a digital marketing agency. I have experience with that as well. So I would, type out some contents. I, publish it on websites and stuff like that. So that is the type of work that I did. I actually did that for about a year, I think, and I earned pretty good. I was able to save up, and then we went to the Philippines for a holiday, and everything that I earned just went to like poof, kind of disappeared. When you go back to the Philippines, everything just kind of disappears, because you want to buy things for your kids, you want to treat out your friends, you want to buy this, you want to buy that, because everything is cheap in the Philippines. And then all of a sudden, all the money that you earn is kind of disappeared. I'm not gonna brag, but the amount that I was able to save up with a digital marketing agency, I think I reached up to 100,000 pesos. Obviously, if you spend that here in Italy or in Europe, it's not really a big amount. But if you go to the Philippines, it's like, wow, you're like, oh, wow, okay, you have 100,000 pesos, which I've never had in my whole entire life. Then again, poof, it went away just like that, because like I said, you go home to the Philippines, you treat this, you treat that, you buy this, you buy that. That was my last ever job, and I wish I could go back to them, but I don't know if they're still hiring. So let's talk about money, since we're, talking about the job and all that. So like I said, if you really want to find a job, like physically find a job here in Italy, then yeah, learn Italian first, because I'm sure that would be a major plus. I've been looking as well in Milan. I'm sure that there are a lot of call centers there. I've just been searching because, we are planning to move to Milan. So I've just been searching just to make sure that I will find something. If I'm not able to find any office jobs, then that's okay as well, because I don't mind, babysitting. I don't mind housekeeping. I don't mind, like, alam mo yung mga maglinis ka. I really don't mind at all. So if ever once we move there, I don't mind working as a housekeeper. Right, babe?
Absolutely, as long as you're happy.
yeah, like you don't have to be choosy when it comes to this work. As long as you're earning, as long as you're happy with what you're doing, then you are good. But definitely not with 5-1 talk. Like 5-1 talk really drained the heck out of me. So that is never happening again. So in terms of the money, I've never really spoken to you guys about it. Like how is it between me and Marco? Because it is kind of personal, but then again, you know what? It's just, it's something that we deal with, and it's something that you guys may want to know. But then remember that every couple is different, every partner is different, every relationship is different. So how it works with me and Marco is his money is his, my money is mine. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, in the Philippines, they say that your money is mine and my money is mine. I don't think it's fair. I mean, Marco works his ass off really, really, really hard, and I just can't come up to him and say, give me your money, give me your income. It just doesn't work that way. Now you guys may be asking, how is it when you send money to your kids? When I send money to my kids, when I have the money, which I do, this is money that I send to my kids. Like if there was a point, or let's say there came a point where I had zero money at all, like zero, just like $0. That's when I really have to come up to Marco and say, babe, I need your help in sending money to the kids. And that's reality. I'm not being, you know, I can't say that, no, I am sending money to my kids with my own money. Because reality is, I do not have a job, I do not have an income, and who else am I gonna depend on? Not your husband, obviously, but my husband. And it's never been a problem with Marco. Like Marco has always been very, very helpful. That's why I'm very, very thankful for him, because he's always there to help me. I am not abusing it. You know, I'm not always going like, oh, I want this. Oh, can we send this to my family? Can we send that to my family? And I know maybe some relationships work out like that, but for me, I just feel really, really guilty if that happens between me and Marco. When I have to send money to my kids, when it's like really a necessity, and when I have nothing in my wallet, nothing in my bank account, that is a time when I have to reach out to Marco. I have no choice. It makes me feel guilty, to be honest. But then again, like I said, who else am I going to depend on but my husband? And I'm pretty sure he understands as well, because, you know, I don't have an income. And even if, let's say, we have a kid, he knows that before he married me, he knows that I have kids. So obviously I still have responsibilities with them. I'm still their mom. Him helping me in that way, he's just a really, really great guy, you know, to be able to do that. Because some guys, they'd be just like, you know what, it's your kids, you do your own thing, you make your own money. And since that doesn't happen often, because I feel guilty that I have to ask him for money, I try my best to make ways to make money. I produce things on YouTube. I know I'm not making a lot on YouTube. That's why please do not skip my ads, because this money goes to my kids. And another thing is I've been searching on Upwork. I've been trying to go back to the company that I worked with. So, you know, I'm really, really trying to find ways. And hindi ako, alam mo yung nagmamalinis dito na hindi ko hinihingan si Marco. Obviously, there are times when I have to ask money for him, because that's just reality. As much as I want to work, work is not coming to me. The most important thing is I am doing something about it. But don't feel bad, okay? I'm not saying that you should feel bad if you ask money from your husband. It is completely okay. If that's how your relationship works, I do not judge you. You do it your way and I will do it my way. You be you and I'll be me. Now, in terms of, let's say, the things that I want, there is a difference between wants and needs. Let's say, for example, I want to buy a shirt, I want to buy jeans, I want to buy makeup, you know, the things that girls want. You know, this is something that I'm used to. In the Philippines, I had work and I can always buy things whenever I want or whatever I wanted. When this happens, I have money on hand. I would usually, let's say, for example, we're at the mall and I want to buy something. I would say to Marco, I'll pay for it. And sometimes he would be like, no, what are you talking about? I'm your husband. So sometimes, you know, siya na yung nauuna. Most of the time, ako yung nagsasabi na, no, I'll pay for it. I have money anyways. And he would just let me, you know. He's not always the one jumping in first. Because obviously, if I have the money, I want to pay for it. And it feels good to be able to spend your own money, not really depend on your husband 100%. But like I said, if you do that, I do not judge you. Works for you, then it's great. But for me, I just feel really guilty if he always has to pay for something that I want and not something that I need. If it comes to my kids, obviously, I feel responsible, very responsible as their mom, because I can't depend on my husband. It's really hard to depend on my husband, especially if it's not his kids. And I'm pretty sure you guys understand me if you have kids as well. It's just a really, really guilty feeling, you know, when you have to ask money for someone else. You guys get what I mean? Like, it's not for me, it's for my kids. And I know that you married me and you knew that I had kids, but you were not obliged to help me with them. So anyways, those are the tips. Well, it's not really tips. Those are the work or the jobs that I had when I moved to Italy, and it's not a lot, but at least I have experience now, and that is, I guess, how it works here. Because I remember someone asking, how are you guys budgeting your money in Italy? Honestly, we don't really budget. It's really Marco who handles the money. I've never really gone up to him and say, how much are you earning per month? You know, there are some people like that, like they want to know how much their husband is earning, they want to know his bank account. Me, I never really took an interest in it, because you know, it's your money. You know, you were already earning this before you met me, so I have no right, even if I'm your wife. It just doesn't, for me, it just doesn't work that way. And you know, if you want to know how much I make, I don't mind telling you, because there really isn't much. You know, it's just really awkward to know how much he earns monthly. I mean, there are times, always monthly, Marco's the one always telling me how much he earned from YouTube, how much he earned from Patreon, and I'm just kind of like, okay, wow. And even if, you know, I'm like, wow, really? Like, wow. I don't abuse it, because obviously that's kind of awkward. I don't want money to be in our way. Alam mo yun? I don't want money to come between us. I don't want money to become an issue, because for me, money really is the root of all evil. I really believe in that. So ever since the start, money was never a problem for me and Marco. It's just, we never fought about it, because it's not worth fighting about. All the decisions in regards to budgeting, all the decisions in regards to buying this and buying that, I leave it up to Marco, because obviously he's the one earning. And like I said, guys, no judgment. If your way works a lot different than what we do or how we do it, no problemo. It's not a problem at all. I do not judge you for that. You do you, like I said.
Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. I feel so free. I'm a sweet